Good evening. I'm going to give you a brief overview. Can you hear me okay? I'm going to give a brief overview of the Landscape Advisory Committee and what we do and what's being expected of us and some of the things that we have ongoing right now. The first chart is a statement which is in the charter of the committee. Basically, we're focused on regular assessment of the common areas, not the golf course, but the common area landscaping for its condition, and making recommendations to the board on what needs to be changed. We work with the contractor, the landscape contractor, and we work to maintain the existing good landscaping and then change out the stuff that is not doing well. So on the next chart is the roles of our committee. We make, as I said, recommendations to the board for changes to improve our landscaping in the common areas. We do regular inspections and report on the condition of the common areas. We meet monthly, and we have assigned to each of our members of the committee certain areas of the common areas that they're responsible for to look at every month. We also do quarterly inspections with the landscape contractor to identify necessary changes that need to be made, where the plants or trees need to be either changed out or added, and we've been doing a lot of that over the last couple of years. One of the things that we have had to deal with is that the landscaping, what we had was very, very over planted. And so we spent a lot of effort on taking things out, and now we're in the process of putting plants back where we think they should be. We look at proposal cost estimates from our landscape contractor and make recommendations on implementation to the board. And we review the work that's completed by the contractor. We look at homeowner concerns. We get those quite often. They either come to me or they come to Caesar, and we try to address those concerning the common area landscaping, and also recommend actions to the board to deal with the concerns. We also then we formulate and submit an annual budget request into the budget process. Okay, I'd like to recognize the people that are on our committee. That if they're there, they're on the they're here. Excuse me, Jeff Kirkpatrick, who you already heard from, and when he says special areas here, we're really talking about the areas associated with, contiguous with the Montecito Clubhouse and the Santa Rosa Clubhouse, as well as the other buildings that are close by there. And Dick, excuse me, Dick Freeman. I don't know where Dick's here tonight. No, guess not. He's responsible for Phase 3 South. When we say south and north, we split the phases by Sun City Boulevard. Jack Heller, who is here, who recently joined our committee, and we're very glad to have him. He's the Phase 1 South. Suzanne Jarvinen, I don't know if I didn't see her tonight. Bob Merritt, who I did see, he's here. And Bob is Phase 1 North. And Sherry Woodbridge, I don't see her. She's Phase 2. And Barbara Stockey, a member of the board, is the liaison to our committee. Next one. Just want to say a few things about the challenges that we had this summer. We had a very, very hot spell of a little more than 2 weeks in June. Some of you that were here, I'm sure, recognize that. We got significant damage. It happened all over the valley, loss of trees and shrubs. So we are now in the process of taking out dead and dying trees and replacing them, and the shrubs as well. The trees that we had that didn't tolerate the heat well were the African sumac, the ash trees and the pepper trees, which really didn't belong out here in the desert. So we are changing those out with much more robust varieties. The next chart just shows the current projects they're involved with, and you probably see it if you go to the if you go over to the shadows. But the area we're concentrating on right now is 40th Avenue at the golf course and Shadows parking lot entrance. We have a turf and blow sand removal activity going on. This is an activity which is a water conserving one, so the CVWD, we actually get a rebate from them for on a per square foot basis for the turf we take out. We're going to be putting in desert landscaping. We're going to be cleaning up the rock ground cover that we have out there, which has been buried by the drifting sands. This is 10 years of drifting sands. In the parking lot itself, you probably noticed that we had a lot of dead trees. And so we now have taken those out, sort of. They've been cut down. We are going to put in a more robust variety, so we'll be planting those very shortly. With respect to the Pro Shop and the Shadows restaurant entrance, we are underway right now. We have turf removal that's going to be going on there with a rebate, and we're doing desert landscaping and cactus accents, kind of similar to what we did in front of the two clubhouses. So the next chart is just quick, give you some pictures there. What you're seeing on the top left is a turf area along 40th, along the sidewalk. And what happens is that the sand blows into the grass continues to grow up through it, and you can see you get a lift there that can be 6, 8, 10 inches high or a foot high. So when you turn the sprinklers on this, what it does is it runs off onto the sidewalk. So it's a real challenge on the north side and on the west side of our property where we get prevailing winds. So that is going to be all stripped out of there. We're going to cut it down below the level of the sidewalk, and then and plant desert landscape in there. The blow sand incursion on the rocks is shown on the right, and that's just to give you an example of some of the challenges we've got up there that we're addressing this year. We look at the last one here. You see this rosewood in the golf course parking lot. Very robust trees. They do very well out here, and you can see some of the dead trees there that we are going to take out or have taken out. So we're going to replace them with the rosewoods, and that should help us a lot. I'm just going to mention one other thing. You might hear it from the Design Review Committee as well, but my last chart is just a new activity that we're just getting going at the request of the HOA. It's called Yard of the Quarter Contest, and this is focused on individual residents landscaping. And what we're doing there is we have 3 members from the DRC, from the Design Review Committee, and 3 from the Landscape Advisory Committee. And we nominate 6 homes. We go around and look at all the homes, nominate 6 homes each quarter to be voted on by the residents. So you'll get an opportunity to vote on whose landscaping you think is the nicest. Winners are going to be selected on this basis. There'll be a first, second, and third. And the first, second, and third place awards will actually be made in March, June, September, and December. Photos of those winning properties will be put in the view, and there's actually going to be gift cards given out for Shadows Restaurant for the winners. And the December one is focused on the holiday lighting and decoration in your front yard. So get it really nice. So I'll stop there.